Hello and welcome to my channel, On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And today, let's find out what's been on the hook. Lots has been on the hook, and I want to show you all these things that I've been working on this week. And I hope you've been working on something wonderful for yourself or for a gift for Christmas or a birthday or something for someone else as well. So I'm going to talk today about some sweaters that you can make for yourself. And if you really want to, you can make them for someone else, because all you really need are measurements to make my patterns. You don't have to buy them in a size. There are no stitch counts, so you can just be free to crochet the size of sweater or outfit that you want, and that way you're not constrained to a size. So if you try one of my patterns, you'll see what I mean. I talk about in the pattern, I always describe everything in an easy to understand style. You don't have to watch a video if you don't want to. There aren't any videos really. I show you about the patterns on my videos, but I don't do tutorials. I do written patterns that are easy to understand that you can print and keep forever. So that's kind of where I am on my pattern journey. I like to design beautiful things that you can make from just regular yarn. You don't have to use a luxury yarn. So anyway, let me get back to my introduction, where I wanted to ask you to subscribe to my channel. I think about half the people who watch my show are not even subscribed. They just happened upon my channel. So be sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you're with me right now and you know you're going to like this video. Hopefully you've seen me before, and I try not to waste your time. I try to show you lots of new things and lots of different things as well. So be sure to like this video before you click away, and it's going to be a little bit of time, so be sure you grab a cup of something and your favorite crochet or knit project. I'm going to talk a little bit about knitting today. I know y'all are surprised, but if you looked at my thumbnail, that is not a crocheted item. So I thought, just because I wanted to be a little bit different, I'll show you that. But actually, this is a crochet channel. Most of what I talk about is crocheted, but I do throw a little knitting in there and some diamond painting as well. So I have a little tiny video to show you what diamond painting I've been working on. And so let's go to that right now. Just really quick, I'll show you what I've been up to on my angel playing a flageolet. Very beautiful painting, and I'll show you the progress that I've made on that. All right, as promised, this is a look at my angel playing a flageolet and a quick look at the diamond painting I'm working on. It's a little bit of a close-up there, but I'll scroll back here and take a look at this. This is new over here. If you can see that right there, that is a new piece that I've done. The last time I was right here, and get down here on it so you can see it. I was right here, and now I've moved over here, and I'm on the last section of this particular row. And then I'll be moving up, doing this row right here. Sorry if I'm moving too fast. But this is the progress I've made on the angel playing a flageolet, and I'll put a picture of it so you can see it. For those of you who don't know what it looks like, it's absolutely gorgeous, and there's a lot of it under here that I have rolled under. So maybe after I finish the next row, I will unroll it and let you see what it looks like. I'm probably about maybe halfway. There's only about 3 inches over the top there that I've flipped over the top of my easel that I'm using. So it's probably just a little bit over that. So I'm almost halfway, or hopefully I'm halfway. But it should be getting a lot more interesting now that I'm up here with the wings and the head of the angel. I've already done the flute. The flute turned out to be kind of an orangey red, so just really beautiful. The hands are not all one color. I don't know if you can see that, but they had quite a bit of confetti, and let's see if I can get you to see that there. You can see a few different colors, but all of these flesh colors here are different colors. There's several colors there, and then there's some yellow dropped in right there and there, and you can see when you step back, it gives it a little bit of a shadow there. So beautiful, so beautiful. So that's a quick look at my current diamond painting, Angel Playing a Flageolet. Now, as promised, I wanted to show you my blue sky pullover. This is something that was released after I took my little sabbatical last month, and I want to show you what it looks like on Crystal. And she had this on one other time, and honestly, I can't remember if I showed it on a video or not. And if I have, just please forgive me. But I wanted to show this to you up close. This is the blue sky pullover, and it's made with mandala ombre, which is the color work here that I put into the sweater. And also the base of the sweater, most of the sweater is crocheted with Lion Brand cotton blend, comfy cotton, very wonderful yarn. I use it all the time. There it is right there. I'll give you a close-up of that. It's very easy to crochet. It's so soft. This is a very soft sweater, and I made it at the end of the summer, so you can wear it when the weather gets hot, or you can make this out of something else, or maybe make it out of a dark colored comfy cotton for fall and winter, however you want to do it. Maybe with a gray color work in there, just something very subtle, or if you want to brighten it up, just have orange color work, or whatever color you want to do. Now this is the back, and you can see where I connected my lines there, and I've gotten much better at that. Some of y'all are probably better than I am at that from working in the round. So working in the round is not something I've done for a long time, but I do love it. I love it. And I have several patterns out there that are worked in the round. So I might put a list of those down in the description box. You can take a look at those. Rebecca is one of them, and this blue sky pullover. There's another pattern in there for a winter sweater as well, and you can the color work is optional, and it is on this too. You can just do stitches if you want to. You don't have to use an alternative yarn color, but I did in this, and the ombre actually changed so many colors. Look at that. That color is so different from this color and then from all these colors. But it makes the sweater really interesting. So that is the blue sky pullover, and that is out in my Etsy shop. This is what it looks like, the blue sky pullover. It's just a picture of Crystal with the blue sky pullover on. I have worn it on my channel, and it looks fine on me, but I wanted to wear something else today, and I'm going to show you that right now. Today I'm wearing my shadow vest, and this is the pattern I have out on Etsy right now. I released it a couple of days ago, and I sent an email to the community. Now, if you're not in the community, go down in the description box, and what I'll do is I'll put the link to the community right at the very top of the box so you can find it very easily. You just click on that, and you can join the community. All I need is your email and your first name and maybe your birthday and month, not the year, and I'll send you a birthday greeting on your birthday, but being in the community allows you to be the first to know when I release a pattern, and also any specials that I put out, offer codes for project bags, things like that go out to the community. So be sure you join the community, and that way you'll get an email every so often from me. Now, I sent this shadow vest out, like I said, a couple of days ago. This went out, and I did not show it on a video yet till today, so I wanted to show this to you and model it, let you see how it looks, and I've also got a whip of this as well. So I have a work in progress that I'm working on that is the shadow vest in a little bit of a different style, and a different yarn too as well. So let me stand up and I'll show you how this looks in full view. Okay, this is the shadow vest that I'm wearing. I'm just wearing it with a white button-up shirt with a collar and long sleeves. I did have this on with a turtleneck to show on the front page of the pattern. I wore it with a kind of a bright yellow turtleneck so you could see the stitches in the vest, and I really like it this way. This is a very casual look, and I just let the shirt hang out from the back of it. It's kind of a different way to wear it. You can also tuck your shirt in and make it very neat, maybe to wear to church, or if you're going out somewhere you might want to have a little bit neater look. But this is my very casual look for the shadow vest. Now, this shadow vest has no ease. I actually did this as an experiment, and in the pattern I show you how to do that, but you really should add some ease at least the first time that you make this, because you don't know how it's really going to fit unless you take your measurement and add a little bit of ease to it. I did not do that. I made this by my body measurement, and because it's a little bit stretchy, it looks fine. I'm not worried about that, but I'll show you a whip that I have in the making right now that is a little bit differently made, so I'll show you that in a minute. Now that's the front, here's the back, and then I put a special, I did put a special edging on this. It's not a ribbed edging. I did put ribbing at the bottom of the vest, but I did not put it around the neckline or around the sleeves. I just felt like that was just too much ribbing. And the ribbing on this particular yarn, which is a worsted weight yarn, is just a little bit too fat. I mean, it's okay right down here, but I didn't want it hanging out on the sleeve or around the neck. Plus, when you make a V-neck sweater in crochet, it's very difficult to add a rib edging to a V-neck sweater. It has to be just perfect in the front, and to alleviate that, I just decided to use a modified shell to go around the edge after a base row, and then I added a shell row. Very easy to make. It went so fast because it's a worsted weight yarn. Now you can of course make this from a fingering yarn or a DK yarn, but this is a worsted weight yarn and it's very, very easy to make. I'll show you what yarn I used to make this, and also the one that I have for a work in progress on this particular shadow vest. I hope you like it. Well, here I am up close, and I'll show you what the ribbing looks like, not the ribbing, but what the edging looks like. This is what it looks like up close. See, it's a little bit of a shell going around there. It's not real special, but it also doesn't draw attention to the edge of the vest and the armhole right there. It's just very muted. It is crocheted, though. You can tell it's crocheted, and I love that about this particular edging. Now, I did the ribbing around the bottom. You can see that. It's probably 5 rows of ribbing around the bottom of the vest, and of course you can make it as long as you want, and you can make it as wide as you want. But right now, there's no ease in this vest. See, it fits just, it fits my body, and that's fine. I don't love it. I don't love no ease sweaters because they cling. But you know what? If you wear a collared shirt underneath it, then you can see that it doesn't cling too much. So I like that about it. With a turtleneck, it does a little bit clingy, but it's okay. It doesn't bother me that much. Now, I decided I would make another one of these, and I want to make it a little bit bigger, a little bit wider with some ease in it. So I grabbed this yarn. I had it in my stash. It's called Tweed Delight from Hobie. Let me get that up there. Tweed Delight from Hobie, and it's 85% wool, 10% acrylic, 5% viscose. The 5% is probably the little tweed pieces right there. But this is what it looks like. It's a roving yarn. It's thin and thick. There's some thick right there, and then there's some thin right in there. It's not that bad. I've been crocheting for a couple of days on this particular whip, and it's been crocheting just fine. And this is what it looks like. Let me get this up here where you can see it. This is what it looks like. Oh, this is the wrong side. Let me flip that around because I have all my connector yarn tails and all that on there. So I'll get this up here where you can see it a little bit better. This is the join yarn right there. That's where I join it in the round. Now, one thing I never said about this vest, you make it in the round from the bottom up. I can't believe I didn't mention that. That's the difference in this vest and just making a 3-piece vest and sewing it together. This is made in the round, starting at the bottom of the rib, and you crochet around in a circle, and then you break for the sleeves. And I tell you in the pattern how to do that. It's not hard to do if you do it my way. You don't have to count stitches or anything like that. So you can sit in your chair basically and put stitch markers in. It's very easy to do, and then crochet around those. And that is how I do it. It's very easy, and it turns out right every time. So this has been pretty easy to make. This is a rib at the bottom. It turned out okay. I like it. Let me get that up there where you can see it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm still not used to this camera. But there's my stitch marker right there, and that helps me know where the right side is. I do that. I usually put a stitch marker on both sides like this. Let me find it here, if it's on here. I don't see that one. There it is. See that one right there? It's a stitch marker that shows where I am on the right side. It was just randomly put on there, and that way you know when you're working on the wrong side all the time. So on this one, I'm actually turning at the end of the round on this one, I think I just went around and round and round. And when you get to the top front, the side fronts, it's a little more difficult to match up the rows. Sometimes it doesn't look just right where you start another section. So I don't know if that was very clear or not clear. But anyway, what I'll eventually do is put this join right there. This is the join end of each round right there. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. Right here is where I joined each round. That will go on the side. That will go under my arm. So it's not up the back anymore on this one. This is from the bottom up, not the top down. This is a bottom up crochet in the round. Very easy vest. So there you go. I really like it, and I like this Hobie yarn. I didn't ever use it. I didn't have anything to use it on, so I decided, you know what, I've got enough yarn to make that, and I'm just going to make it. So there you go. That's my new shadow vest, and I'll show that to you when I finish it. Hopefully it won't be too long before I get that done. Now on to some acquisitions. I have an acquisition that I made. A little bit of history. While I was on my sabbatical, I designed a wrap, and it is from the Outlander program. I don't watch that, but I see pictures of them all the time, these people on Outlander, and the knits on there are quite gorgeous. I know you've probably seen them on, if you watch knitting channels, they design so many of these beautiful Outlander sweaters and wraps and hats and, you know, fingerless gloves and all kinds of things. And this one particular type of wrap I really, really like. I really, really like. I know this winter here, I feel like I'm going to be cold. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm going to be cold this year. So I made a wrap, I designed a wrap actually, for crochet that comes right off the Outlander program. And I will be releasing that sometime soon. I haven't written the pattern yet. I've made the prototype and I've written all the instructions down, but I have to write the pattern. And I do put a lot of detail in my pattern so that you know exactly what you're doing when you make it. And it's not extremely hard to make, and it's not hard to make at all, really, but I need to write it out and go ahead and release it. So I don't know what even I'm going to call it yet, but it's a beautiful wrap. And I made that already once out of worsted weight yarn, and I thought, you know, how much easier this would be to make out of a number 5 bulky yarn. So I went on the web and I thought, you know, I really love Lion Brand, so I went out and I ordered Hue and Me. I know you've probably seen this. If you keep up with your yarns, you know that Hue and Me is a Lion brand, but they also paired up with two of wands. And what they did was they came up with some colors that would go well together. And there is a picture of the yarns that are in this particular type of yarn, and that's what they look like together. And supposedly they all match. So I bought 3 different colors of Hue and Me. This is a 5 bulky, and it's also all acrylic, I believe. Yeah, it's 80% acrylic, 20% wool. I forgot about that. It's 20% wool, so it's going to be very comfortable. See there? It's a beautiful yarn. I have some hanging down here so you can see it. It's a beautiful yarn, and it's large. So I'm going to make it kind of drapey, so it shouldn't take long to make it all. So the 3 colors that I selected were Toast, which is this one, and I also selected this one, which is Arrowood, there's Arrowood. I'll hold these up together. They're so fat, I can hardly get them up there. And then this one is called Werewolf. And there you go. There are the 3 colors that I ordered. Kind of a charcoal and then 2 colors of brown. Beautiful, beautiful yarn. I have more than one skein of each of these. I have a whole project bag full of this stuff. I don't know how many I ordered. I ordered enough to where I thought I would have enough to make sure I have enough for that particular wrap. So I'm going to make it out of the bulky yarn as well. And hopefully it'll be a very quick make. and it'll also be warm because this is kind of a, you know, a little bit of wool in this. You could make it out of pure wool. It would be absolutely gorgeous. But I wanted to make it out of something that y'all could find. You know, luxury yarns are great, and I love working with luxury yarns, but it's not, those aren't yarns that everybody can find or afford. They're not cheap, and every now and then I can get a good deal on one, and it's okay, of course, to use luxury yarn, and they're very wonderful to work with. But you should also find brands that you can work with, that you can get more of if you run out of a color, or you can make another whatever it is you're making and you can order that yarn. And sometimes Lion Brand discontinues theirs. I don't like that at all, but I can't tell them how to run their business. But this is kind of a new yarn. I think it's new this year, so I'm in good shape here. And when I release the pattern, you can actually order this. I'm not sponsored by Lion Brand at all in any possible way, but I like their yarns. They're easy to procure, easy to get, and they ship in a reasonable amount of time. Their shipping isn't terribly expensive, but I don't like paying shipping, but I don't also like to shop for something I know what I want when I want it, and I want to be able to go on the web and get it. Now, when I'm ordering luxury yarns, I usually go to Eat, Sleep, Knit. I'll put that in the description box, but that is the company that I like. I'm not sponsored by them either, but they carry Malabrigo yarn and lots of other brands that you may have heard of as far as luxury yarns go. And sometimes they have sales on there, and so I've bought quite a few hanks of yarn from them on sale. And I actually have a whip that I'm working on now. I'm not going to show it today, but I do have a whip that I'm working on that I bought on sale there. It was a discontinued yarn, but I bought plenty of it, so I should have plenty to make this little sweater that I'm working on. So that's another whip that I'm not even going to show today. I don't have time. I'm running out of time already, and I have giveaways today. I have some frog and finish giveaways. So I've been cleaning out, working on my craft room here. As you can see, there's just stuff everywhere. I love it though, because it's my room and I get to do what I want to in here. I have my diamond painting set up. I have my computer, my MacBook. I have my lights. I have my girls back here. There's Ruby over there. See her right there. Let me get my finger over there. She's sitting on my piano. That's over there. Oh, that's a pink lamp back there in the very back right there. There's a pink lamp on there. I get to play my piano when I want to. I have my project bags over there. There's one of them right there that has my logo embroidered on it. I also have some of those on sale, and I sent that out to the community last time I sent an email out. At the very bottom was a picture of me holding a pink project bag. I still have some of those left. I want to clear those out before the end of the year. So if you're interested in that, use the offer code that I sent out with the email, and you can grab one of those on sale. So there you go. Anyway, this is an acquisition, and I'll be using this in a project coming up in the very near future. Another acquisition. I have some yarn coming in here, so I'm going to have to get rid of some today. You'll see what we do later on, but this is called Spun Colors by Premier. Very beautiful. I just love this. This is called Woodland, and there are the colors that are in it right there. Let me get that up there. You can see it. It has a plethora of colors in here. Just so many that you could wear this literally with anything in your wardrobe. It's quite beautiful, and the composition of the yarn is, well, it's a four weight, a worsted weight. It's 65% acrylic and 35% superwash merino, and boy, is it soft. It is so awesome. I really like this. Not sponsored by Premier at all, but I do like this particular yarn, and I actually looked at a review from Cinnamon Stitches, Jennifer over there. She did a review on Spun Colors, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy some of that because I have a sweater that I want to make, and I'm making my multicolor cardi. I released the pattern a couple weeks ago. You can find it on my Etsy shop. It's an easy to make bottom-up sweater. It's awesome. I really love it. I've worn it a lot. I've worn my multicolor sweater. It was a stash buster, of course, and I used a lot of my yarn up on that, but not enough, obviously, because I still have a lot in my stash over there. I'm looking over there. But anyway, this is the multicolored cardi in Spun Colors by Premier, and I'm already breaking for the sleeve on this one, so just wanted to show you that. how pretty that crochets up. Look at that. It's just beautiful. Now, it is mottled, as I call it, M-O-T-T-L-E-D, mottled. It is not stripy too much. There's a little bit of a stripe there, but let me get this over here where you can see it. There we go. That's a little bit better picture. There's kind of a long stripe in the brown right there. Why can't I show that? There it is. That little brown stripe right there. But anyway, the most of it is mottled, and the bright colors seem to be mottled quite a bit. See there? Oh, let me step back here. That's a better picture of it right there. That's what it's going to look like. I hope that's going to be okay with the sleeves and the top and all that business. But I bought enough spun colors. I bought 3 of these cakes, and on each cake, I didn't even tell you that, on each cake is 419 yards. So I have, 1,200 yards or so, a little bit more than that. So that'll be fine. That'll be fine. I'm sure I'll have plenty to make this out of. But anyway, this is a worsted weight yarn. Now, one thing about the yarn I have to say, and I think Jennifer brought this up as well. Can't swear to it. I think it was her review that I saw where I learned this. This is very wide. Let me get that up there. Very wide in spots. And then over here it gets a little bit more narrow. And then a little bit more narrow. So you see, it really, it's surprising when you're crocheting with it. It has gone down to some really small, look at that, see right in there? It gets really small, and then it gets really fat, so it's not difficult to work with, though. I've enjoyed it because it's surprising. You come along and you're crocheting and you go, what? It's really okay. It's okay. I would guess that some things wouldn't be fun to make out of this, but this sweater is just great. It's not going to look weird or anything, so I haven't seen that it is looking weird. So that is my multicolored cardi whip that I'm working on right now with Spun Colors by Premier. Right there. There's the cake of yarn. Love it, love it, love it. Now, I've already used up one cake to make what I've shown you here. I've just started this one. I've used probably about, a tenth of it. I haven't used very much of it. But that's where I am on that. Really liking the Spun Colors. Now, another acquisition I made was Lion Brand Mandala, or Mandala, however you want to pronounce it, Thick and Quick. And this is in a cake form, which I don't think it's always been in a cake form, but it is now. Pocket Watch is the name of this one, and I really like it. It's pretty. It's got some pretty colors in it. And what I did was go on YouTube and look up, what can I make that's very easy, that's knitted? And I decided I was going to knit something. I don't care what it is. And so I came across the Fiber Flux channel, which I've been watching for years. I really like Jennifer there. And she had this pattern called the Ganymede cowl. The Ganymede cowl, G-A-N-Y-M-E-D-E, cowl. And that cowl is made with the mandala Thick and Quick. So I ordered exactly what she used on her tutorial. And this is what it looks like when you finish it. It's quite cute. And it's just done in a square. I mean, that's my kind of knitting project. I'm not going to be making any socks right now, but I did want to do a knitting project because I've been meaning to do that. So this is what it looks like. It was on my thumbnail. If you clicked on that, you clicked on this right here, which is my new Ganymede cowl. I haven't finished it, of course. You're supposed to do this for 32 inches, so I haven't. I think I have 12 inches or something like that. But that's what it looks like. And boy, are these knitting needles large. And there are some mistakes in there. I see them now. I'm showing y'all, but I don't care. I don't care one bit. I'm just going to finish this. I want to finish a knitting project before Christmas at some point. So I have a little stopper on the end of this because the stitches kept coming off. So I decided I would put a stopper on that. But this is what it looks like straight up. It's not too bad. I'm very pleased with it. And I just work on it when I'm reading email or something like that, or listening to a YouTube video. I will, I just keep this right on my desk, and I grab it and I do a couple of rows. Now, this is a free pattern, so I can tell you, one of the rows is knit. One of the rows is, if you could see that, that's not just a regular knitting row. You knit two together, you pull the yarn up in front, and then you knit two together. Pull the yarn up front and knit two together. I don't know what that's called. It's called yarn over. She called it a yarn over, which is in crochet totally different, but yarn over is this way. And that row is done with the knit two together, and then you do a couple of knit rows, a purl row, and then you do that row again. So it's very easy. I can do it. I've decided that I'm going to do this. So I bought 3 cakes of this, and I've already worked through almost through one. This is what I have left of the first cake. So I have plenty of yarn to work on this. I'm really excited. It's starting to look really pretty. I don't know if I'll ever wear it, but I am making it. Again, this is a free pattern from Fiber Flux called the Ganymede cowl. You can actually even Google that and it comes right up. But I'm real excited. I saw the tutorial and I thought I can do that, because the size of the needles is a 13. I believe the size is 13, and it's 9 millimeter. So they're very large needles. Look how large that is. It's huge. But I can grab it. It's not something I can't do. These were made by Clover. I actually bought these a while back to make something else that I never made. And I had the needles. And they're wood, so they're supposed to grab just a little bit, which was good for a beginner knitter. And I bought the yarn, and I started working on it. So I'm real excited about that. I'm finally doing something tangible with knitting. And I know that as time goes by, I will actually be knitting things that are smaller yarn and maybe more difficult patterns, but I figure if I can crochet all the stuff, then I can certainly knit. So I congratulate you knitters out there. If you know how to knit, it's a struggle for me because I'm a crocheter, and I'm not a knitter, never have been, but I would like to try it. I know some YouTubers are doing that as well. So, and I watch Linda Simpson all the time. In fact, she has a giveaway going on now. She's had some care problems with her dad, and she asked me to put in my community tab that she's doing a giveaway, so be sure to hop over there and take a look at it. She's doing a giveaway, and she actually is a knitter and a crocheter and prolific at both, and I watch her channel quite often. She has a live every week, and a live with some other girls every week as well, so you might hop over there. I'll put a link to her channel down in the description box. Now, another whip that I have going is the Purple Party Beret. And some of y'all have actually bought this. This is an old pattern. This is 2019. It's a beret and a ribbed cowl called the Purple Party. And because it's a Purple Party, I made that from a beautiful knit crate yarn last year, or 3 years ago. And I loved it. I just loved it. I love the way it looks on. You just cock it over one ear, and it's warm on your head if you make it out of wool. If you make it out of acrylic, it's still quite beautiful. And the cowl is a ribbed cowl. It's not just a plain old cowl, but it's ribbed, and it's really pretty. So I received this from Knit Crate last week. This is called Dance Party. I talked about it on my video. This is what it is, Knitology Swirl, and the color is Dance Party. And this is what it looks like. Right there. This is what it looks like. I love that. It's so beautiful. It's kind of a grape color. So I started the beret. I'll be making the cowl as well. I'm just going to make the set because I have the yarn and I need to go ahead and make it. I just feel like I want to make it. But this is what it looks like when you first start. You start with the center of the beret right here, right there, and then you add on and add on and add on. I still have about 5 more rows of this particular row where you do 2 shells in each opening. So as you go around, you're doubling the number of stitches that you're working with the whole time. So because the edge of it is curved under, and you increase quite a bit around the brim of the hat, and then you put a small brim at the bottom. So it's not difficult to make. It's just it takes a while. So that's also on my desk. When I'm reading email or watching a YouTube channel, I will grab my Knit Crate yarn and my size I needle. I'm using an I there. That is a 5.5 millimeter hook. It's an I. That's what I'm using for this particular one. And I just leave them there, and I work on them as I can. So anyway, that's one of my whips, and another whip, and another whip. I think I've shown you all my whips. I think I've shown them all to you. So I just wanted you to see those. And I think what I'll do now is I'll start the giveaways. I'm going to start the giveaways. So first of all, we have 2 magazines that I brought up last week. And one is a Crochet World, one is a Just Cross Stitch. They're both wonderful magazines, and I'm not going to show them again because most of y'all have seen them. I had a lot of views last week, I guess because I've been gone so long. Y'all wondered what had happened to me. So I had a lot of views, and I have some subscribers that signed up, so welcome to y'all as well. So I'm going to turn the camera to the computer, and we're going to see who wins those 2 magazines this week. Here we are at the computer, and there is the address of the video from last week. I'll scroll down here. I'm going to use the word world. That was the word that I asked you to put in your comments. So let's just look. Let's see. Show random names. I think we'll do that. And then we have to answer this question, which is 9 plus 1. So we have that. Now let's look at this. The YouTube comments. Here we go. Okay, we had 122 comments with the word world in there. So let's go to find out who wins the Crochet World magazine. Let's start it right there. There are all the people. And it's Irene Bradbury. Irene Bradbury, very nice note from you. Thank you so very much. Irene, you are the winner of the Crochet World magazine. And I'm looking for the word here, and I'm sure it's in here somewhere. Here's the word world. It's right there in her comment. So Irene Bradbury, you have won the Crochet World magazine. Now let's scoot back over here, and we're going to change the word from world to cross. And these are for the people who wanted the cross stitch magazine that we were giving away. So let's put our answer in here. That's 11, and show the YouTube comments. And there were 45 people that wanted the cross stitch magazine. So you have a really good chance at this. Let's go over here and find out. Let's go over here and find out who wins the cross stitch magazine. And that would be, there are all the names going by. Look at that. Jeanette Mervo, you have won the cross stitch magazine. And there it is, the cross stitch right there. She likes them both, but she won the cross stitch magazine. So Jeanette, you are the winner. Congratulations to both winners. Congratulations to both of our magazine winners. Here are the magazines that they won. This is Just Cross Stitch. This is Crochet World, and all those tabs on there, what I talked about last week. But anyway, they're very lovely magazines, and thank you for participating, everyone. And now let's start with our giveaway for this week, because I have a lot to give away. And with one of these, I'm just going to stick this in here. This is the Premier collection for wintertime, and there's some beautiful yarns in here. Let me turn that around so you can see it. All the different colorways and everything. Anyway, there's spun colors on there that I just finished talking about. There are a lot of other really nice yarns from Premier. I'm not sponsored, but I do love their yarns, just like I love Lion Brand yarns to work with. So let's start on our giveaway for next week. And I know that you know that I made a jacket in the fall lookbook out of homespun, and I have some homespun left over. I'm not sure where my other color is. I think it's around here somewhere, or maybe I didn't have any left. But I did have some harvest left over, enough to make hats or gloves or a purse or something like that with it. I don't think there's enough to make a sweater, or a jacket, either one. But this is something that I can give away, and somebody can use this for a reason of some sort. Maybe even a baby sweater. That'd be cute for fall. I really like those colors, but I don't have any use for it right now. So I'm going to give this away to a lucky winner next week. And the word is homespun, H-O-M-E-S-P-U-N. Homespun is the word, and that's for setting up your comment so that you can be in the running next week for the homespun yarn. that'll go to someone next week. Now, I want to show you the yarn that I used to make this shadow vest. And this is called Maximum Value. I used my stapler to get this in the bag, keep it in the bag. This is Maximum Value. That's what it looks like. It's on Mary Maxim, and it comes in a very large ball. This has not been used. This just slipped off when I took it out of the bag, but this is charcoal gray. It's quite lovely. And it was called dark gray, excuse me, if you wanted to order more to go with yours. Not sponsored at all by anybody, but this is a 4 medium weight. Look how pretty that is. It's just really beautiful. This is Maximum Value. It's not expensive at all. It's even less expensive than the Best Value that I made my lookbook skirt from. That's what I used for it. I used Best Value. This is Maximum Value. And boy, you get a maximum. It took me 1 ball to make this vest. And I had this much left over. So that's how much it took. And on each ball is 474 yards. So, whoops, turn it this way. 474 yards. That is sold by Mary Maxim. There's the name right there, Mary Maxim. And if you are interested in this big ball of yarn and a little bit of extra, just use the word Mary in your comment, Mary, M-A-R-Y, and you'll be in the running for that yarn as well. Now, some more stuff I have here. I have more. And this will go to the next winter. This no problema bag that I had several of these, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to use those. I need to give those to a winner. So that's what I'm doing. There's another. Now this is a frog and finish right here. This is a frog and finish. And this is a top-down sweater. I bought this also. This is Mary Maximum. Oh, sorry. It's Mary Maxim Maximum Value yarn. Maximum Value, just like the gray that I just showed you. And this is the colorway Green Variegated, and it is beautiful. I really like it, but I'm not going to finish the sweater. I have other things on my plate that I have to do. So I have almost 2 balls of this. I actually have 2 balls, and 1 ball is taken up into this. This is a top-down sweater. I think it's by my winter sweater pattern. Winter Stripes, I think is called the name. It's the name of it. And I started this, and I just am not going to finish it. I've got some other things on my needles and on my hook, so I want to give this away. This is a frogger finish. You can frog that out, but I think this would fit most anybody at this point. And then you just continue to increase on all your rows until you break for the sleeves. And if you have one of my top-down patterns, you'll know what that is. I actually took notes on here, and I will send this along with it. This is a loose neck, top-down, green variegated short sleeve sweater. That's what I plan to make with it. And it's the extended single crochet is what I was using, and that's what it looks like right there. That's the extended single crochet. It's nice and thick. It fits together. It's not like a single crochet. The stitches touch each other better, and you don't have to wear something underneath the sweater if you don't want to. So extended single crochet. And then what I did was on every row, I wrote what I was doing. See, I wrote what I was doing all the way up to row 13, which is where I quit. So you can decide to make it or frog it out and make something else with this yarn. But this is 2 balls, and it's 474, so almost 1,000 yards. Almost 1,000 yards of 4-weight Maximum Value by Mary Maxim. So that will go to a lucky winner next week. And the color, the word to put in your comment is green, G-R-E-E-N, just like the color green, and you'll be in the running for this. Now you can put all those words in your comments. If you've been here a while, you'll know you'll be in the running for all of those giveaways if you do that. Now, this is a frogger finish. It's a Rebecca sweater, and I'm putting the pattern in here with it. The other one didn't have a pattern, but this one has a pattern. And I didn't get very far on this. I'll leave all the stitch markers in here and stuff, but this is where I This is where I finished, right there. Let's see, here's the middle. So this is what it looks like on this camera. I'm just not able to manage it. Every time it's right or left, it's just the opposite. But anyway, this is the luxury yarn that I received from Knit Crate. And see where I am on that row right there. That's the window row. So you can go right by the pattern on this. This is what I have left of this particular, this first hank. See how many hanks I have of this. I have quite a few. I had 3 hanks. There's one that's not even wound up yet, one that's wound, and here's the ball band. This is URU yarn basic. I'm sorry. It's cotton basic. Okay. It's 100% organic Pima cotton DK weight. Beautiful yarn. Let me get it up here where you can see it. This is what it looks like on the hank. It's pretty colors in there. And I showed you how it turns out when you crochet. When you crochet, this is what it looks like right there. I think I was using a double crochet there. Maybe a half double, I don't know. I have to look at it a little bit closer. But that's the Rebecca sweater. And it's started, you can frog or finish. There's 3 hanks of this yarn. And on each one, let me read this because you need to know how many yards it is. 275 yards on each hank. And I have 3 hanks here. So that is 750, 800 yards of DK weight. And you can make a cotton sweater from it. That's what I would do. Or you can make a baby sweater from this. It would be so soft. It's very, very soft and easy to crochet. And the stitch definition is beautiful on this. The stitch definition is beautiful. Look at that. Just gorgeous. So this is a frog or finish. And I believe I'm going to put, yes, I'll put the pattern in there with it. It's a full pattern all printed off so that you can make this sweater. And this is the neon colorway. It's the neon colorway right there. And let's use that in the comments. So neon, N-E-O-N, is the key word for this particular frog and finish. So we have neon, we have green, we have Mary, we have homespun, and here's another one I'm going to send away. I've been cleaning out here. These are beautiful projects that I started that I've got other things I want to do. So this is the city skirt. Okay, that is from the fall lookbook. And there's a picture of it right there. I'm wearing it on one side. There I am wearing it. And then on the other side is Crystal wearing it. So there it is, Crystal. You can kind of see it a little bit better. But I made the skirt from Mary Maxim Best Value yarn. I did. Best Value yarn. This one I started, and it is from Maximum Value yarn. Not Best Value, but Maximum Value, just like I made this vest from. And that's what it looks like. It's a beautiful colorway. I really like it. Let's see what the name of it is. The colorway is Copper. Very pretty. Copper colorway. And I started the skirt, and it's not small. It's a pretty good size skirt. And let me see what the measurement is. So if you're interested, you might want to use the word copper in your comment, and you'll be in the running for this. This is 40 inches around the waist. So it's a 40-inch skirt, and it's right by the pattern. So you can see the stitch markers where I have increased here, and I think I was making this as an A-line. You see the shape of that? It was going out to an A-line, but you can frog or finish this any way you want. It's about halfway done, and you'll have a really beautiful crocheted skirt to wear this winter. Now you can do that with that little bitty. This is one skein right here. Look at all that I made with one skein. I have another one right here to go with it. So use the word copper, and you can be in the running for this Mary Maxim Maximum Value frog or finish. Well, I'm going to have to scoot because this video is going to be too long, and I apologize for that. But I wanted to do some Frogger finishes and some yarn giveaways. I wanted to do that. I wanted to show you all those things. And then I didn't show you a video from Joe, who sent me another video, but I'll show that next time. I'm running out of time, and I'm so sorry that this has been so long, but I had a lot of things I wanted to show you and a lot of things to give away. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. I will be back at some point next week, and join me then to find out what's on the hook.